Hey YouTube, it's Aaron here with my personal Traxxas Rustler. I'm just here to do a little bit of a review on it. Since I've had this truck since last winter, a lot has changed since I've got it. Believe it or not, this truck is an XL5 edition. Well, at least was an XL5 edition. This car is now a beast with what I've done to it, and which I'll get to in a minute. But just right now, I just want to do a couple shout outs to Thomas Tarulli with his Traxxas Rustler. He's actually doing very, very well right now with his. I've been watching a lot of his updates that he's put on his video. He had a few funny incidences, but you know, shit happens. I'd like to shout out to ACE from NYC, Draven 3907, I believe it is, who actually got his truck to go about 100 miles an hour recently. I'm still getting to the 100 mile an hour, but right now I'm only getting roughly 75-80 mile an hour with its current gearing and setup, which ain't bad. I've been actually running this speed for a little while now. I'm actually kind of used to this speed and kind of am very fond of the power it puts out with right now. And really, I don't really need it to go 100 miles an hour, but it is a goal, and which is pretty much the same goal as everybody else that's doing the same thing here. So what I'm going to do, just going to pretty much go over the truck with you and explain what I've done to the car. Little tips, tricks, whatever, hints and stuff like that that may even help you out with your Rustler if you're having some second thoughts about certain things or even some questions. Because there's a lot of things I've pretty much had to figure out on my own. Seeing that a lot of people like to do speed run videos and shit like that and not even mention anything about the car. They have the same car as you. You can see it whiz past on the video, and they do not even tell you fuck all about it. So that's just pretty much kind of a piss off. At that point, I just pretty much stopped watching the videos, except for the ones that were very helpful. Thomas was very helpful. Draven is also very helpful. He actually came out and pretty much divulged his secrets to getting to the 100 mile per hour with the 32 pitch gears and all, which is excellent. And not a lot of people are willing to do that, just because of the fact that people like to take the setup and run with it, as Draven likes to say. His video actually does still crack me up. You're focused on the gear, get off the fucking gear. So anyways, what I'm going to do is just going to remove the hood and pretty much show you what I've done. Bear with me here, guys. I'm only doing this with one hand. A little hint or a little trick here. What I ended up doing is I put Velcro on inside of the body for one reason and one reason only. Because a while back when I was running, the car actually flipped over, and I lost the pins, and the body ended up flying off and pretty much exposed everything on the car. So that's why I put the Velcro there. So if you lose your pins, your Velcro pretty much keeps your body in place, so you don't have to worry about that flying anywhere. Okay, so pretty much starting from the front to the rear. As soon as I got the car, first thing I did was go out and buy an RPM bumper. Replaced the shitty stock one that they had on there. This one's a very, very sturdy, very rigid, very, very tough bumper. I've had a lot of fender benders, and this thing is a beast. It has actually protected the whole front ass end of my car. Next thing I did was the Energy. Majority of this car is Energy. So this is the Energy aluminum bulkhead for the front. Okay. The shocks are pretty much the stock ones. I didn't really do anything with those. If anything, I just put the aluminum caps on, and just the caps, and also changed the shock oil to 100 weight instead of I think, what is it, 30 or 40 weight that comes stock with this. The 100 weight Lozzie, the Team Lozzie shock oil is very, very good. It's absolutely fucking phenomenal. The other thing I pretty much did here was the front camber and steering links on both sides. Okay, inside the tire, I don't know if you can see it. I got, no, probably not. Actually, I have to. There we go. Inside here, I pretty much got the aluminum caster blocks and the steering blocks as well. So front and rear. Just made those a lot more beefy because I did break a couple of the caster blocks that came with the car. Right here, I did not do anything to the servo. The servo is still the 2065 or whatever the hell it is. I am eventually going to upgrade that to the 2075 because I do feel that this servo, with the weight, because this is a block weight, it's a 2-pound weight that I put at the front to keep it from wheeling all the time, and with this system, holy shit, it does ever wheelie. So I think this block here is pretty much weighing down the servo, which ain't good, so eventually it's going to take a shit, but I'll replace it when it does. Next here, batteries. I ended up going out and getting some really, really good batteries. These batteries I ended up buying from SPC. Okay, they're a good company. They make their own batteries, obviously. What I got here is 2. Right, I got the battery straps in there to keep them pretty much in there so they don't go anywhere when the car flips over, as well as the crossbar here as well to keep them down for extra reinforcement. And so far, so good. These batteries have not moved at all. So these are SBC 2S LiPo 40C 7.4 volt. All right, these have the 2C fast rate charge, or sorry, the 2C fast charge rates. Okay. Very, very good batteries. I actually run these batteries in series, okay, to make 4. So I've been doing that for a while. What else did I do to this car? Okay, yeah, so what you see here is a power tap. So runs all the way into the receiver box. I have all the telemetry sensors in this truck. So RPM, power, voltage, motor temperature sensor, that's in here. What the hell else did I do? Jesus, there's a few others. As for the system, when I first got this car, I was actually quite happy with. Well, I can't even say I was really quite happy. I say I had fun for about the first hour after buying the car, because it came with the XL5. It was brushed, and it only had a 7-cell nickel in it. After a while, I'd say after about a week, I went out and bought the Traxxas element system, and I was actually quite happy with that for a while, up until I started packing the aluminum on the car, and which ended up weighing down the motor, and it started to overheat, and I had a lot of problems, and thermal protection was pretty much turning on after 2 minutes of running the damn thing. So I pretty much scrapped that idea and went out and bought a little crazier motor, which is the Castle Mamba Max Pro SCT. Okay, this is a 4S Max system. The ESC can handle 4S, I believe it is, but will handle a 6 if you, with the change of the BEC and throwing some capacitors on the lines, it will handle a 6-cell, but 4 is extreme with a 2-wheel drive, and you could, trust me on that one. This system is a very, very good system. I believe the ESC is only rated for 4S, and the motor here is rated for 5. The motor that comes with this is an amazing one, because what it is, it's a... Shit, I don't even think it's gonna... It's a 75,000 RPM motor, okay? So that, which is bigger than the actual Mamba Monster itself. It is a 550 size can, right? The element I had in here was a 540 size can, which was a little small shit, so it's probably why it overheated all the time. And, not to mention, I overgeared the shit out of it. Okay? So, yeah. Alright, so let's flip the car around. And I'll show you what else I did. Okay, so once again, the shock caps, the aluminum camber links. Why can't I think today? I'm just having big brain farts. I also have the rear CVs, the rear drive shafts. Okay, you will absolutely need these once you get this system in here, because you will strip, and I mean you will strip your drive shafts almost instantly, because this motor does have a lot of power, and it does put out a lot of torque, so you will be stripping them quite quickly. That's why it says on the package it will be briefly exciting but very expensive. Okay, batteries, telemetry, yeah, okay, yep. So the other thing I did, probably one of the first upgrades to the car, besides the camber links and the shock caps, was the Energy aluminum gearbox. Well worth the buy, because with the stock one that comes with it, the plastic one, the shroud that is here, it would be very, very hard to mount this motor with the fan on it, just because that plastic is pretty much in the way. So this aluminum gearbox is the best way to go. Okay. I also have a Swami RC all metal diff gear in here. So this diff ain't even the stock diff. The only thing that is stock from the stock diff are the actual planetary diff gears inside. Other than that, the body on the outside is all metal, so this all metal transmission will have zero problems putting out any of the power from this motor. So nothing internal will be damaged at all. It's all going to be external. Okay, so as for gearing, I still run this little plastic gear cover on here, because I do, like I said, I have the RPM sensor in here. Okay, I'll show you that. Okay, it's just right there. That's the sensor. Okay. Alright, as for gearing, what I'm running is a 31 tooth, 48 pitched pinion with a 73, I believe it is, a 76 tooth aluminum Energy spur gear. And this here little plastic ring is the telemetrical magnet. So this sensor here picks up how fast that magnet's spinning, so it pretty much tells you what your RPM is and what you're getting. Very, very nice gears here I have, and this car is very, very quick on this setup. Okay, wheelie bar. Wheelie bar, probably one of the most essential things that you'll need for the system. This here was pretty much a custom-made wheelie bar. All we did was pretty much cut a strip of steel, bend it at a 45-degree angle, drilled some holes in the right spots, got like a little tube here that has 2 threaded inserts at the end for screws, and pretty much just screwed it all onto the bar. And I ended up going out and buying these Traxxas tires to go with it. So this is pretty much a really, really good, cheap wheelie bar system that I actually bought for the system. And it does tend to keep the car quite low. It doesn't allow it to go, you know, all the way up like this. It actually stops it right there. And that's as far as it wheelies. What else? Tires. Okay. Tires, also important. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of guys on their videos. They're pretty much trying to run Anacondas with this system, and holy crap! Like, there was a video I saw a while ago. Right, it was pretty much a bunch of update videos from some. I can't remember who it was. They ended up going out and buying this system, the motor and ESC combo, the SCT. And he described that, and then as soon as he panned to the Anaconda tires, I was pretty much thinking in the back of my head, oh no. And his very next video was just panning on this rim with the tire completely off. I just started laughing. Shit happens like that, especially with Anacondas. If you're gonna run Anacondas, the best system to run that with is the 3500 kV Valinian system that comes with the Rustler VXL. Other than that, what I'm running here on 4S are Proline Road Rages. These are very, very good tires. I've only popped one so far, but that was just out of sheer stupidity. Other than that, these are a very, very nice tread. Well, I can't say exactly very, very firm, but they do bloom, but not as much as the Anacondas do, and these don't blow off the rim like the Anacondas do. So I've had these tires for months, and I've yet to have a really, really bad accident with them. So if you're running 4S, the best thing to do is run the Jayco foams. Now, Jayco foams, which I do have, there's a lot of good and bad about these. Okay, I'm going to just start off with the good. The good is they are a very, very stiff, hard foam. Okay, they do not bloom. They are pretty much only meant for gravel. Now this is where I start getting into the downfall. Now the downfall of these tires are you can't go on grass, you can't go on loose dirt, you can't go on anything that's pretty much a polished surface. The only two things that you could drive these tires on and that get acceptable bite and traction is carpet or gravel itself, or asphalt. Those are the only two things you could really use these tires for. So I pretty much consider these my racing tires, and these ones here are just my bashers. But even then, I still kind of do use my basher tires for racing sometimes, depending on what I'm going up against, because I know I get the most traction out of the road rages than I do these. These are good because it keeps your car still, and it's very good for handling. But that's pretty much the only thing you're gaining. When you do run these on asphalt, you are losing some MPH. Okay, you do lose some, but not a lot. But in the long run, you do gain greater handling and control of your car. That's pretty much the only thing. For $25 for two of these, I'm only gonna pretty much just buy the rears. Well, I already bought the rears, so it's all I'm buying. I was just a set of rears. I'm not even gonna worry about the fronts because the fronts really don't spin with the rest of the other two, so they're whatever, right? But yes, Jayco foams are good if you want to use them. What else do I do to the car? I don't know. I gotta say, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've done to the car so far. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna have some speed runs posted very, very soon on this car. I just haven't had a really good chance to do that lately because I've just been bashing and tuning the hell out of this car to get it the way I like it. But right now I'm pretty damn close. I'm almost finished this project. The only thing I haven't done to this car is the shock towers. The plastic shock towers, these still are the stock ones, and I have yet to break them. And that's the amazing thing. I have yet to break it. But I've seen a lot of guys on YouTube with this exact same system that just break the shit out of their car. And I haven't really broken anything on this car yet, except for maybe a suspension arm in the front here. But yeah, that's about all I got for now on this car. Once again, like I said, I will keep you guys updated and posted on this car. Yeah. All you guys gotta do is just make sure you plan ahead, know what you're doing, what you need to complete your goal, and make sure when you get parts, get them all at once. Don't just buy them sporadically because you're just gonna be, taking this car apart constantly.